door. Shadows rise where angels fall. Fingers dragged across the walls. Nowhere safe when darkness calls. Shadows rise where angels fall. Who's at the door? 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 Something wicked this way comes.
Konnichiwa minaga, it is me, Kitsueki, and I'm your free Vtuber representative, and this is LIL Guardsman. It would never be forgotten. So, when last we left off, we were tasked with, well, we have been forced to do the night
Lil,
shift.
rise and shine.
Hey, you don't have a commitment issue after all. Well, if it's not Astro. Listen, I don't do it on purpose, okay? It just usually happens to be Astrobot when something goes down. But yeah, so we're gonna have to do the night shift this time around because if you recall, the person that we chose to go and save the princess, they failed. I forget who we chose. I think we chose the magic elf, and things did not go well. So as punishment, we have to do the night shift. What shenanigans will I have to suffer because of her dad's poor gambling habits this time? Well, actually, this time it's not my dad's fault. It's not her dad's fault. I'm in the car, so it's gonna be cutting in and out. Excuses.
You rise, you shine. I'll take 5 more minutes.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. Audio. For some reason... Yeah, I want the NPC voices. Or maybe it's just the cutscenes where that happens. Okay. You rise, you shall not take 5 more minutes.
It's time to get up.
No, it ain't. Shouldn't you be down at the guard shed? And shouldn't I be heading down to cover for you?
Do you want the good news or the bad news?
see. Give me the bad news
We have to
first.
work the night shift tonight.
Okay, so this is from the... Okay, but it's been a while, so let's watch it again. I'm going back to bed.
No,
5 Nights of
you're
Goblin
getting out of this
Revolution.
house and taking some time to yourself today.
Why do we have to work the night shift?
Good news or bad news?
Is there any good news? The bad-
Apparently you didn't pick the right person's champion for the rescue mission, whatever that means. And they're punishing you for it. And I won't be able to cover for you, because I'm also working the night shift at the East Gate.
And what do you mean cover for me? I'm already covering for you, so you would just be covering for yourself.
There isn't any. I guess it was just bad news this time.
Who's punishing you?
No one. I work the night shift a couple times a week to help us get by.
Oh, Dad, I didn't know that.
So, I guess you could say the economy is punishing me. That and inflation. If taxes keep going up, I might have to get a third job so we can keep affording things like your little doohickey here.
Wait, don't touch that.
Whoa. What just happened?
Crazy how you're playing 2 games with Goblin Revolutions. I know! What is with the goblins always rising up? Do you want the good news or the bad news? Both are. I don't know. Do you feel okay?
I feel fine, sweetie. No need to look all blurry about it. Now you get out of here and enjoy your day off. But don't enjoy it too much. You have to work all night, remember?
Okay, I'm going. Just try not to operate any heavy machinery until I get back. I should probably check in with Dr. Bay and make sure my dad isn't radioactive. My dad's radioactive. Dad's radioactive. Did I make that same joke already? Okay. Oh yeah, I had to take it with me. Okay. Can I get a drink this early in the morning? Definitely. This small, like, so of course you want to rise up. Oh. The rat problem is even worse than I thought. We eat all of our meals here. She gags. Blech. Are you serving the drinks? I wonder how Lo does her hair. I think she doesn't. That's how it gets like that. Or maybe she uses a volumizer. Or just like there's no conditioner in the sprawl. But it does look very smooth for how poofy it is. Squeak. Squeaker, squeak, squeak, squeakin', squeakum. So does this hat work for you?
This hat, it is not as fantastic as my previous hat. My journey, it continues.
I hope he eventually finds a good hat. A fantastic hat. I think I already spent all of my money. Oh. She's just going. Oh, violent children. Isla, Simon, Lamont. How's it going, guys?
Hey, if it isn't Little Miss, I haven't been around for a while. Where you been all this time?
Working, actually. Not around. I got what every kid fears they'll get one day.
Chickenpox?
Worse than that, Simon. I got a job. What are you up to?
Well, you just missed the rock throwing portion of our morning. Sadly, we chucked the last rock in the alley over the fence. Next, well...
We were thinking of seeing if we could get our mitts on some of the cool stuff that Garby guys got over there. They look like magical toys, basically.
Bad idea. I have to use a bunch of those for my job, but even though they look like a barrel of laughs, they're serious business.
Come on, Lil. For some reason, the world is basically treating you like you're old. Work your magic and score us some sweet loot.
I had some donuts with chocolate drizzle on them while at the seaside. That actually sounds delicious. What were the donuts glazed with without the chocolate? I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but I'll talk to Garbanzo over there and see. I'll talk to the bean over there and see. Hey, can you give those kids some free shit?
Hi, Lil. Sorry, I'm not quite ready to open up the shop yet. I can't seem to find my inventory key. What are you doing up so early?
Inventory key? All your inventory is right here. Exploring. Working the graveyard shift tonight, so I'm finally able to see some of my friends who have responsible parents and reasonable bedtimes.
People like those small hooligans over there?
Those aren't small hooligans, they're my friends. I was actually coming to talk to you about letting us borrow a couple of items.
I stand by my statement. And we can talk about loaning you some merchandise later. But first, I've lost the key to my inventory, and I think one of
The
them
donuts
might
had
have
sugar,
stolen it.
chocolate was Nutella. Chocolate was Nutella. Oh, okay. It was chocolate Nutella. It was drizzled with Nutella.
Maybe you could talk to them for me. Work your little guardsman magic and see what you could do to get it back.
On it. It's just gonna be just an endless quest. I go talk to the kids and the kids say go talk to him, and then he's like, okay, go talk to the kids. And kids go talk to him. Most of these criminals are part of the notorious Hilltop gang. Bunch of dorks. That guy there looks like a bass guitarist. Alright guys, time to confess. Which one of you took poor Garby's inventory key?
Wasn't me. I don't know.
I ain't saying nothing.
So that's the way it's gonna be, is it? Listen, I need that key to upgrade tools and buy more power crystals. So one of you is gonna tell me who's responsible.
Are you a lawyer all of a sudden?
Nope, but I'm a guardsman. Hope you got your story straight, because I really don't want to go down to the guard station and get my metal detector. So tell me, which one of you took Garby's key? I think it was Isla.
Between you and me, I saw Lamont poking his big, dumb, handsome nose that sits in the middle of his gorgeous face all around that booth.
Isla, I did that. There's a lot of extraneous information in your answer.
It was probably him. Oh, he's such a bad boy, but also...
Okay, so I'm interrogating.
It was Simon.
Okay.
I've never brought this up to the group before, but I think Isla is a kleptomaniac. I always see her taking things out of Lamont's backpack when he's not looking. But also...
I can make up my mind now, or dig a little deeper. Okay. So it wasn't Isla. It was probably Simon then, question further.
I said it before, I'll say it again. It was Isla.
What? Are you kidding me? Oh, come
I know
on.
it wasn't me. I'm in a bit of a two-strike situation with my parents, and I'll be sent to the National Ballet School in Marvog if I get in trouble again. But I'm telling you, Lamont got here first, and I saw him rooting around Garby's shop.
Okay, maybe Isla isn't a klepto, but she did go through his bag just before you got here.
So then it was Lamont then.
Maybe she's got a good reason to be going through his stuff. I got here third, so I didn't see anything.
Alright, I've heard enough.
So, did you figure out who took my key?
Yep. I hate to be a narc, but I think it was... Lamont. It was probably Lamont. He's the tough-looking kid with the missing tooth.
Thanks, Lil. I'll be right back. Hey, you! Mullet boy! Stay
Hey,
right where you are!
Mullet boy! Garby isn't smart or strong or fast. By the time he reached Lil's hooligan friends, they had run off. But Lil had been correct and startled. Lamont dropped the key as he fled.
Ugh, got the key back. And those hooligans ran off. It's a win-win. Now my shop is ready to open. For helping me out, I'd like to offer you some gold to upgrade one of your tools. Or load up on crystals. Whatever your Lil heart desires.
Ah! Okay. Additional power crystal slot. Can I check and see how many crystals I have? Although I could get some crystals and then also do an upgrade. Yeah, I'll do that. Got my crystals. And then... Man, I forget which ones were really useful. Truth spray is definitely very useful. X-ray is useful. I don't really use the bullwhip that often. Metal detector, decoder ring. I say metal detector. Cannot be safe. Indescribable. Can I do something about the rat problem? Guard shed, start your shift, the dig site. The exciting ditch with chairs. It has washrooms. Oh, that's the stadium. Dungeon, Malcolm's office. Okay, I need to go ask about my dad. Just as the dig site is closed, but there's a note. I will convene a meeting of the Mages Guild. The dig site is closed for the day. Dr. Marquise Beatrix von Matterhorn. Oh, that's just great. What am I supposed to do now? I guess I'll go back in time to when she was here. Should I? Yeah, let's do it. Uh-oh. Shut it down. Shut it down! Wait. Because it hasn't done that before. Dr. Bay did say I can only use it at the guard shed. Oh, that is right. Maybe that's why it's on the fritz. I better just get to my ship before this thing explodes. I've forgotten that she said totally using the guard shed. Should I just start my shift? I don't know what I would need in Malcolm's office. And how convenient it only works in one place. I don't know, but my dad touched it in the room and he still experienced something. Here for prisoners who only have one arm. I can't talk to the bad rice farming low knocks, but there's no response. Alright. So there is no point in coming here, that means. Let's go to the stadium. We don't have any money, but there might be something here.
Oh, hello, dear. Are you here to watch the Goblin Ball game?
Hiya, Mrs. A. I usually find Goblin Ball too boring to watch. Unless, of course, there's a little action on it, if you know what I mean.
I most certainly do. I've got this month's pension check riding on a sure thing tip that's gonna pay out big time.
Really? You sure seem confident, Mrs. A. Could have shared that tip with this underage gambler?
Your father wouldn't be pleased with me, but I'll tell you what. Since I really bet the ranch on this next game, I don't have any gold left to buy my snacks. Would you be willing to help a little old lady buy a large hat made of nacho chips with melted cheese sauce on top? Mama just can't enjoy the game without one.
I am broke. I don't think I should, Mrs. A. Heavily salted foods at your age could contribute to what I'm guessing is an already existing heart condition.
Why, you presumptuous little... No matter. I'm sure Fredo will spot me for it. I'll be good for it after my bet comes through anyway.
This hat, it is not as fantastic as my previous hat. My journey, it continues.
I remember I did an X-ray on this guy because he came through the guardhouse and he had a hat-shaped hole in his heart. that's how you figure out that he was actually telling the truth. He's still looking to fill that hat-shaped void in his heart.
Psst, kid, come here. Step right up, one and all, and win some money on the Goblin Ball.
I don't have any money to bet. Hello,
Again?
Fredo.
I've never seen you before in my life.
But I placed a bet with you on the last game.
Doesn't ring a bell.
The Caladar Lightning game against the Brawlers. I've won some money.
Okay, if you say so. Person I've never seen before. Anyways, you want to make a bet on the game?
No, thank you.
Suit yourself.
Yeah, I don't have any money. Let's watch some Goblin Ball. I was trying to leave.
What an embarrassing series of unfortunate accidents for the Milton Marauders. First, hometown hero Jorbala Pepstein barrel rolls out of the way and completely avoids the Marauders' lightning-fast offensive line. Next, the SPRAWL's own dynamic duo, Edie and Audrey O'Goblin, shave all 14.7 seconds they need off their time in order to open the Diamond Snorf's cage. Incredible! We only see that every few years. It all comes down to the final wagon wheel toss, and the coach has sent in Sir Warren of Bainbridge, the bad boy of the Brawlers' midfield passive-aggressive line. He's muttering something to himself. He spits. He lifts the wheel above his head. He spins. He spins again. He spins a third time, and it's launched.
The midfield passive-aggressive
The
line.
Marauders' weather wizard sends a fierce gale force wind at the wagon wheel, and it's way off course. And it's coming this way. Oh, God, I'm stuck in this booth, and it's coming right for me. Oh, God, tell my wife I love...
Well, that was a particularly gruesome way for the Milton Marauders to win the game.
You could have made some real money. Come back next time for all your illegal gambling needs. Just ask for Fredo.
How do I leave? Oh, this way. Okay. Alright. Time to begin the night shift. What's this? A mysterious present? Perhaps a secret admirer? For an 11-year-old? I don't know. To whom it may concern, your choice of champion for the Princess Rescue Mission was found unacceptable. Closest you'll get to playing an OG FNAF like. Unfortunately, we haven't heard much from the mage yet. There's a lot of squeaks and chirps from his tower. Regardless, please find and close a one-time bonus for your proficiency in character evaluation. Ta for now. My regrets in your nighttime work inconvenience. You received a free Truth Spray slot upgrade. Wow. There's no rip for the night shift. However, there is a book labeled Monster Manual sitting in front of Lil. Monster Manual. And a lot of some D8s and no, that's a D. Is that a D? That's a D8, yeah, and a D20. SPRAWL Master Manual, first edition. Doppelgangers, shapeshifters. Frequency very rare. Shape change, sneak attack susceptible to physical damage. Chaotic evil, small to medium humanoid. Does your loved one seem more adult than usual? Maybe they've been replaced by a doppelganger. These mysterious creatures have the ability to superficially assume the appearance of anyone. When dealing with a suspected shapeshifter, show them an item they should recognize. Where possible, show them their child. Show them Jimmy. Specifically Jimmy. Chemical compounds such as the patented truth spray have no effect on what are essentially gelatinous blobs. So the truth spray does not work on doppelgangers. But maybe whipping them would. Forest entities. Rare stomp and or thwomp. Fire, woodcutter's axes, poorly administered town hall meetings. True neutral, size, climbable. The story of the first transformation from mundane tree to sentient, mobile being is lost to history. These creatures are extremely dangerous, but generally motivated by threats to their territory. The bark of forest entity is often the site of cryptic magical runes and prophetic writings that can be deciphered. Okay. Goblins, very common. No special attacks, susceptible to physical injury, varied alignments, and small in size. So now we have to look out for doppelgangers. Well, the frequency is very rare. So maybe there'll only be one. When the great expansion of the Sprawl was undertaken by King Osmond I and then his son King Osmond II, goblins participated as laborers and artisans in the city's construction. In recent times, various crimes and misfortunes have been widely attributed to this group, leading to the decreased presence in public life. Whether or not they have extra predisposition for crime and mayhem is hotly debated by the High Council and non-human rights groups. Herring, red, about 50-50. Cause confusion, create conflict where none should exist. Careful consideration is a weakness. They're chaotic neutral. Small fish to giant and everything in between. Beware the red herring. Its siren's call has led many adventurers to follow the wrong path or to find enemies where none exist. Use your judgment and don't believe everything you hear or see. The temptation to believe a red herring is strong, but be vigilant and you will come out on top. What am I supposed to do with this information? What am I supposed to do with this? Oh, there's definitely gonna be werewolves. Rare frequency, bestial rage, silver and the rising sun, chaotic evil, size, post-transformation, big AF. Academics are split on whether this affliction is magical or medical. The cursed or afflicted person suffers an attack or bite, and come the first full moon transforms into a half-man, half-beast killing machine. In most cases, the individual remains blissfully unaware of the transformation, but in some cases, they know and desperately seek asylum to save their loved ones from their dark passenger. Mole people. Common frequency, digging, biting when provoked. Weaknesses, daylight, non-fatal, varied, and often true neutral. Size is small. Long ago, a subset of humans and elves carved out a life lived underground. This evolutionary branch began to change to accommodate their new existence. Beware the red herring. They became smaller, relying more heavily on their sense of smell and hearing and their soon underdeveloped eyesight. In addition, their hands and fingers became more claw-like because of the digging. While considered disfigured and even monstrous by some, please do not persecute the mole people. They are not to be punted. After all, without mole person labor and digging know-how, the Sprawl wouldn't enjoy the world's greatest sewer system. Did a mole person write this? Necromancer. Rare frequency, raise undead miscellaneous spells. The weaknesses is their egos. Alignment lawful evil. All bodies are beach bodies. What? Magic practitioners who have broken their codes and oaths and turn to the forbidden arts. Although not illegal, they should be discouraged from entering the sprawl. Note, the Mage's Guild will gladly welcome a fallen wizard who has seen the error of their ways back into the fold. However, not one is yet chosen to give up their dark arts once they've tasted that sweet, sweet necromancy. Who wrote this? Vampires. Common frequency. Special attacks change into bat, hypnosis, flight, dental peculiarities. Weaknesses, sunlight, UV, garlic, cunning bags of small grains, wooden stakes. You know, in The Witcher, vampires are not actually weak to garlic. When people use garlic to try to ward off vampires in The Witcher, the vampires just thank them for seasoning themselves. Usually evil, but best not to judge a book by its cover. Size, human size. In centuries past, vampires were the stuff of myths and legends, sticking to the shadows and covering up their ghastly deeds in order to remain hidden from polite society. Recently, as a result of the powerful vampire rights movement led by goth rock icon Vlad Extreme, vampires have come out of the closet and many have become productive members of society. Alright, continue. How is tonight going to go? Alright, so I have 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I have enough. I have enough for all of these. So 1 decoder, 2 metal detectors, definitely 3 truth sprays, 2 x-rays, oops, and 1 bullwhip. I feel like I'm gonna need all of these. Oh. Alright, so you're definitely a vampire.
I have not seen you at the post before.
Yeah, you know how it goes. Drew the short straw this time. Burn it at both ends, you know. Just gotta keep on trucking though.
I hear you, working the graveyard shift myself.
Yeah.
You said it.
Alright, I kinda like this guy. Hold on. What does it say about vampires? Alright, so... do I need to do anything with him? I can just talk to him. What did you say your name was, sir?
Heinrich.
And last name?
Vampire.
Heinrich Vampire. Vampire.
Vampire.
Title?
Count.
Count Heinrich Vampire. Your name is Count Heinrich Vampire.
Yes.
Trust. That's a fun name to have.
It is? It is. I thank you, little girl. I happen to come from a long line of vampires.
About as subtle as human. I have no doubt in my mind. I spoke to him. I think I can use an... I could use an x-ray on him to make sure he doesn't have anything on him. Do I want to use an x-ray? Because I think he's okay. I think this guy is fine. No, I should x-ray. I'm gonna need to x-ray you.
As long as it's not one of those that uses ultraviolet light.
Oh God! It does use ultraviolet light. Then sees ultraviolet light. Next. You killed actual vampire Heinrich von Pyre. Yes, he was undead, but he was also a successful chiropractor and pillar of his community. Yeah. Are you sure? Yes. Okay. Gonna have to do that over. As long as it's not one of those that use ultraviolet light. Okay. Don't use the X-ray on the vampire. Got it. Also, X-rays don't use... Well, I guess it depends on what you mean by ultraviolet. But they use X-rays. You monster! I just wanted to check. I just wanted to see if he had any contraband. I was doing my job. No one tell me that the X-ray uses ultraviolet light.
Good evening, child. I have not seen you.
Okay.
I hear.
Yeah.
Used.
Okay. I'm not gonna X-ray you, Mr. Vampire.
Von. Yeah.
Heinrich Vampire. Trust. That's a fun name to have. Okay. So he's clean. I don't need to put him in jail. He is a successful chiropractor and a pillar of his community. Oh, he doesn't show up in pictures. Would you care to enter the sprawl?
Why, thank you for the lovely invitation. Thank you, little girl. Until the next time you work the night shift.
Hopefully that's never. Have a good time in there. You let him in? He's clearly a vampire. I don't care what he says he does for a living. He's undead. I got 3 stars for it though. Vampires need to be invited in.
Listen, little girl, there isn't much time. You must send me to jail immediately. I pray you don't make me explain any further. We haven't the time.
Have I seen him before? I think I have, actually. Oh! Is this one of the... Is this one of the people that was supposed to save the princess? I've seen you before. I feel like I've seen you before. Did you go to a funeral for a cat recently? Oh! No, yes!
Sprinkles! That vile beast of a feline. I am certain that cat cursed me and turned me into the monster I am today.
I'm gonna need to question you further.
I assure you, I am in my right mind. You must gather the other guards and escort me to the dungeons right now. I know it is a strange request, but it is a matter of grave importance. And by grave importance, I mean someone could die.
Okay, I think this sounds a bit overblown. Seems to me this could be some kind of panic attack.
You do well to panic, little one. Ever since that mangy cat's funeral, the people who attended have died under mysterious circumstances. And I am certain that I am the cause. Sprinkles cursed me. Cursed me!
Are you telling the truth?
I used to love fine jewels and necklaces, but ever since that lousy cat's funeral, even looking at a silver locket causes my eyes to burn and my skin to crawl. Something cursed me that day, I'm sure of it. I can feel it coming from the inside, trying to break free. I cannot contain it much longer. The sun has set. Every second is precious.
Oh, he's a werewolf.
There is no telling what I may do if left unchecked. I beg of you, this is our last chance to prevent catastrophe. Arrest me! Arrest me now!
He's definitely a werewolf. Okay, I get it now. That's what's happening.
Thank you. Bless you, child. The world is a safer place now.
I really hope you get the help you need. You observed and understood this man's affliction, lichenism. You made the right decision, but could have arrived at it sooner. I could do it over. Oh, God. He just got fucked. Oh my God.
No, no, little one. Not a god, just an incredibly handsome mortal. People make that mistake all the time. It is I, Prince Phineas, heir to the throne of Petrarch.
I know who you are. I was working the gate when you arrived. I let you in.
And still you mistake me for a god? Well, who can blame you?
Do you have anything to declare? Please say no and just go about your business.
As a matter of fact, I do.
Oh God. Yeah, I was afraid of that.
I declare that I am...
Go on.
What?
You kind of trailed off there.
What?
You said, I declare that I am, and then...
Then what?
Okay, and I feel like I'm gonna regret asking, but what have you been doing tonight?
What do you want me to say? Milkmaids? Or what I've been doing with the milkmaids?
You come this far. Give me all the details. What have you been doing with the milkmaids?
I got thrown out for trying to stretch a single into a double.
I just feel sorry for you, man.
Don't pity me, little one. I am a crown prince of the realm.
A sad one. Aren't you here to try to win the hand of Princess Desdemona?
Well, sure I am, but when the Mages Guild throws a party in your honor, boy, do they know how to show you a good time. And you can't stop a fox from stealing eggs, am I right? Huh?
You can hide the eggs. What? What does that even mean?
It means everyone always thought the
Milkmaids.
SPRAWL was crazy for being aligned with such an uptight group of old bores. They really know how to show a guy a good time.
They really know how to show a guy a good time. He has a good drunk voice. No, I meant the thing about foxes stealing eggs.
Can't stop them, and I'm the fox.
Barf, 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 barf. Good night, Prince Phineas.
That's me. Ha ha.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it. Now get out of here, you drunk fool.
Oh, all right.
What was the point of that?
Good evening, my dear.
Mrs. Abernathy, you're out awful late, especially with all these comings and goings about the sprawl.
Oh, my stars! Would you look at the time? How the day does get away from you. I best be turning in.
My dad would sure be glad I've seen at least one familiar face tonight.
Your dad?
Yeah, you know my dad, Hamish.
Oh, yes. Hamish, your dad, Hamish. Best be getting home to bed.
That's funny. I don't think I've ever heard you call him Hamish before.
Yes, usually I call him your dad.
No, usually you call him Shamish.
Yes, Shamish. Best be getting home to bed.
Wow, not good at their job.
Oh my stars, would you look at the time? How the day does get away from you. I best be turning it.
Yeah, this seems pretty off to me. That's the easiest jail sentence I've ever given. I'm sorry, Mrs. A, but I think this is for your own good. Boy, that felt awful to say. Worst doppelganger ever.
Oh my stars, would you look at the time? How the day does get away from you. I best be turning in.
Guys, take the sweet little old lady to prison, and this keeps getting worse and worse. Oh, that's weird. Something seemed especially monstrous about the old bat tonight. She's the dungeon master's problem now. Why did I only get 2 stars for that? Should I have just sent them away? And also, why does it look like Roger from American Dad? Maybe I should have just sent them away.
Good evening, my dear. Oh my stars!
Will it give me the best? Talk to them or just whip them?
Your dad?
The book said to show a picture of Jimmy. I don't have a picture of Jimmy.
Oh yes, Hamish. Your... Yes, you... Yes,
Show them a picture. Show them Jimmy. I don't have a picture of Jimmy. I have a cinnamon bun and some bad rice. Level 1 theme. Show them an item they should recognize. Where possible, show them their child. Show them Jimmy. Wait, is she the one that gave me the cinnamon bun? I think she is. Something is seriously weird here. Didn't I read somewhere by showing a piece? Does this do anything for you?
Oh yes, it is very nice. Thank you.
That was one of your award-winning buns, Mrs. Abernathy. You don't recognize it?
Award-winning buns.
Awkward pause.
Don't you recognize it?
You're not Mrs. Abernathy at all, are you? Get out of here, you lousy shapeshifter monster. Okay. You tried to show Mrs. Abernathy her own buns, revealing her to be a shapeshifting monster. Well done. Okay, that was the best outcome.
Well, well, well. If it isn't the little girl who works the guard shed. I was hoping we'd meet again. I'd love to stay and chat, but I have a rather important meeting to attend.
Show her own buns sounds bad out of context. Do you recognize these buns, Mrs. Abernathy? Who the fuck are you? And what exactly is this meeting you're attending?
If you must know, I was summoned by Praetor Kargan personally. It is a highly confidential matter that doesn't concern you.
As a guard of the kingdom, you don't tell me what does and does not concern me. I tell you what does and does not concern me.
A backbone. Interesting. Foolish, but interesting.
What does the book say about necromancers? Who have broken their codes and those in terms of forbidden arts. Although now illegal, they should be discouraged from entering the sprawl. Discouraged from entering the sprawl. It is very late. Maybe I shouldn't call her.
Hello? You've reached the office of Councilwoman Ash. Unfortunately, she doesn't tend to city business after hours. Late night intern Travis speaking. What can I help you with?
Oh, you're gonna be no help at all. Pay attention, Trev. There's a creepy dude here. I met him before. A mage named Ty something. Tyler?
Tyronius.
Right, Tyronius. Says he's got a meeting to get to.
Well, I know that the Councilwoman has full trust in the Mages Guild. They know what they're doing.
Sure thing, Travis, but I don't trust them.
Remember, your job is not to make policy, it is to follow policy. Nothing wrong with a citizen of the Sprawl coming and going as they please.
For a temp, you got a lot of attitude there, bucko.
I could say the same about you.
Blar. Okay, thanks for nothing. Right, thanks for nothing.
You're very welcome. Anyway, I'll write this down and Councilwoman Ash will get back to you at her earliest convenience, likely after 10 a.m.
Don't bother. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Useless. That was a waste of a phone call.
When I was a little boy and my powers were beginning to form, I had a budgie named Petey. Petey was my best, nay, only friend. When he flew full speed into the window and fell to the floor, my innate ability to rouse the dead awakened. Have I spent most of my adult life trying to hide these forbidden gifts? Yes. Do they come in handy when certain foreign visitors practice their ballet and decapitate a few chambermaids? Also, yes.
They should be discouraged from entering the sprawl. Not illegal, but they should be discouraged. I feel like I'm gonna need to redo this one. So was this pet a budgie? A bird? A budgie is a kind of bird.
You have no right to deny me, no right to even stand in my view, you pathetic smaggle.
Whoa. This is 2025, dude. You just can't call people that anymore. What's that?
Smaggle. Yes, that is the word we mages use to describe worthless, magicless beings such as you. You are a prime grade A example of a smaggle.
Dude, that's pretty weak.
No, it is not weak.
Muggle then? Yes. Nah, that's lame. Get out of here.
The Praetor will know of your insolence, little one.
Ooh, you didn't let the creepy guy into the sprawl. That's gotta be worth at least a pat on the back. So that was good? I guess I didn't... Let me rewind this so I don't have to call Travis. Or whatever his name is.
Well, well, well.
talk to him. Not exactly at this meeting. Doubt. And I don't need anything else. I definitely don't need to call that guy. I don't need any of these. I already know that he's a necromancer.
You have no right.
Smaggle.
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. Same result. Ooh. Sounds like we have an int coming. Oh my god, are you some kind of scary tree monster?
Yes. Now let me in or I'll thwomp and stomp you.
Okay. What do the books say about ints? Fully administered town hall meetings. Being motivated by threats to their territory. To borrow some to the site of cryptic runes and prophetic writings that can be deciphered. Okay, so I can decoder ring it. Let me talk to it. And what business would you say you have in the sprawl this evening?
Too many people come through my woods. Too many strangers stomping on our roots and throwing their garbage on us. Me and my brothers and sisters say no more.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That must be really hard on you and all the other scary tree monsters.
Not all are scary.
Not all are scary. We fun where you get to know us. I noticed you have something carved in your bark, but I can't quite make out what it says.
Somebody carved it on me when I was a sapling. It was a mistake.
Mind if I try to read it?
Okay.
Okay. The decoder ring sounds like a microwave. It reads, to lodge all power in one party and keep it there is to ensure bad government and the sure and gradual deterioration of the public morals. What the fuck? Does that mean anything to you?
That was the words of person who came to woods to write. I remember him, Mark Goblin Twain. He was inspiring to Scary Tree Monster. Talked about how to make change in world.
Why bother? And was it through stomping and thromping?
No, it wasn't. That was Scary Tree Monster's idea. He spoke of change through something called corrupt government systems.
Maybe there's a better way to get people out of your woods. Maybe a more official way.
Are you saying Scary Tree Monster should run for government office to implement real systemic change?
Sure, why not? I was not expecting this. Should I let him in so that he can run for public office? But they're weak to poorly administered town hall meetings. Whatever. I'm gonna let the int in. I'm gonna let in the int. I mean, it couldn't hurt, could it? It very much could hurt. I believe in you, Scary Tree Monster. I think you'll make a fine governor or a Congress tree or whatever you end up running for.
Thank you. Now all I need is a snappy campaign slogan.
All you need is a vote for me is a vote for a tree?
A little on the nose.
That was the best outcome. You diverted the life path of a violent monster towards a life of politics and public service. Vote for Scary Tree Monster. Okay, you're hiding something.
Safe passage through this gate.
Can do. I'm just gonna need you to lift that hood. Gotta see if you're a human or elf or gelatinous blob. We've had all types tonight.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I assure you, I am human. Now, please allow me safe passage.
We're gonna need to talk a little bit. You got a real mysterious and ask me any questions vibe going on. What's up with that?
I simply have nothing to state or claim. I just wish to enter.
You know, I say you have a trusting face, but I haven't seen it yet.
And you won't.
You realize it's my decision whether you enter the city or not. I'd vote for him. Can't do any worse. See, I'm gonna X-ray. She has a locket of some kind. Or a necklace. Whoa, what's with this neck candy? A little out of place for someone dressed so discreetly.
My necklace is none of your concern.
So you stole it?
I did not steal it.
Then it was a gift?
Yes, from my mother.
I wish I got a gift like that from my mom. Only thing I got from her was his hair. You know, I could keep this in order to get you to tell me more about yourself, but I won't.
I greatly appreciate that.
Really enough to tell me who you are?
No.
And you're no fun. That emerald looked like the real thing. Maybe I should call one of the higher-ups about it. They're all asleep. And I don't want to talk to Travis. I think this is the princess.
I'm forwarding you to Mrs. Ash now. Please hold.
Ah, she's awake now.
Lil, I've heard something about a necklace.
Hello to you too. Yes, the cloaked woman is rocking some serious neckwear. Silver chain, big green rock.
That is the same necklace that the princess wears. Maybe the princess gave it to her as proof so that she could enter safely and relay a message to me. Let her in immediately and tell Travis he's fired.
Why?
Oh, I tell him that every night. It's our little game.
I'm still on the call, you know.
Alright, she gets in. I don't know why, but something tells me I should let you enter. Maybe it's the necklace, maybe it's the nothing else you told me about yourself, but I gotta follow my gut on this one.
Thank you. The choice you made here today will not go unrewarded.
Tacos.
What?
Make my reward tacos.
Okay, sure.
Hooray! Hey, best outcome. Seems this mysterious lady was hiding a real surprise. What to do, Guardsman? And there may be tacos in your future. We made good choices here tonight. Except for the first choice where we fried the vampire. Hey, 3.5. You were paid 20 gold for this shift. You let him in, he's clearly a vampire. Could have arrived in sooner. I'm not crazy, right? That looks like Roger from American Dad. Let's see their stories. Oh, right, we have to go back to the tavern. Are the Reds still there? It's you! What are you doing here? Are you here to give me tacos?
No. I've come to reveal my true identity to you.
So, no tacos?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Desdemona.
Wow. You look like you just came back from the Ren Fair. Princess Desdemona? Ah, I knew it all along.
No, you didn't.
Why split hairs? But what about the kidnappers?
There were no kidnappers. I disguised myself and ran away. I'm sorry for all the commotion I've caused. I had to get away to say goodbye to someone important to me before my wedding.
Wait. A guy died because you ran away. Well, technically that wasn't your fault. That was because he got into a drunken fistfight in a bar. I don't understand.
I'm being forced to marry one of the suitors from these two rival kingdoms.
Yeah, that's old news. What I don't understand is why you, a princess, are here talking to me about it. Shouldn't there be more official people that could play a therapist?
Like Stryker? Ash? Oh god. Oh, not Malcolm. I know my father had faith in them. When I'm gone, your advisors will help maintain the balance, blah, blah, blah. They want me out of the way so they can control my father's kingdom. They've never been good at listening to what I want, or how I want to rule this land. Nobody listens to me.
Sing it, sister.
And now I'm being forced to choose between allying the SPRAWL with the kingdom of Petrard or the Marvog Empire.
You mean Phineas the Pompous Prince or Kargan the Praetor Terror?
And it doesn't even matter if I love them or not. At the end of the day, it's strictly politics. Lucky me.
Yay. This is the first time in the game I've been okay being 12.
I just want to make the right choice. Tell me, Lil, what do you think of Prince Phineas?
Ooh, boy. He's great. He's the worst. I have my doubts. He might look like a prince out of a storybook, but he's not a good dude.
And what about Praetor Kargan? What do you think?
I actually like Praetor Kargan. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't already playing my Halloween costume based on her look. She's strong, honorable, she's a babe. What's not to like?
So if you were me, and you had the future well-being of the SPRAWL in your hands, who would you choose?
Oof. Oof. Well, if it's about the SPRAWL, and not just about who I want to have sex with. I mean, neither one seems like a good choice, but Kargan is like less of an idiot.
Thank you for your honesty. I know my advisors have jerked you around, but I also know you don't always do what they say, and I like that. You remind me of, well, me.
And you remind me of me too, if I was rich and beautiful and influential.
Oh, you are influential. You've changed the course of fate more than you know.
For better or for worse. Don't forget beautiful. I am also beautiful.
The sun's coming up. I must go. I shall put my own heart aside and do what's best for the kingdom.
Alliance to what? Although clearly a vampire, Count Heinrich von Pyre was also a registered chiropractor with a private practice on the outskirts of the rapidly gentrifying Little Ogre Town neighborhood. Rapidly gentrifying! After ending the SPRAWL, the Count went to his clinic to open for the night. He had a long list of appointments. The Swamp Thing needed an activator adjustment, a mummy needed a deep tissue massage, and some acupuncture with electric current was just the thing for Frankenstein's monster's stiff neck. It was looking like it was going to be a typical night until the angry mob brandishing pitchfork torches showed up at Count Vampire's door. The horde was led by none other than Myrna Herkin, local school teacher and leader of the Better Business Bureau. Although lumbars were being loosened, there was a steadily growing number of complaints about bitten necks and cases of anemia resulting from the Count's medical practice. She was there to put a stop to it. Maybe it's the light of the torch reflected in their eyes, but it took just one look for Murder and the Count to fall madly in love. Or was the fact that he is a powerful vampire? One of those things. Why is this one so long? The Count swooped down and lifted Myrna up out of the angry mob. He bit her at least 3 times and made her drink his own blood to facilitate her own vampiric transformation. She left her gig at the Better Business Bureau, and the Count welcomed his new soon-to-be bride into his castle. Now, along with dealing with that pesky Van Helsing fellow who kept trying to kill him, Henrik also had a wedding to plan. The afflicted man was saved from the transformative rays of the full moon, and even should he have transformed, the thick iron bonds would have protected everyone. That was although the good people of the Sprawl was saved from the wrath of his curse, the mourner was not spared with the aggression of his fellow inmates. Cornering him in the cell, they shanked him with a handmade shiv, leaving him there to bleed to death. Luckily, the shiv was whittled out of a silver spoon, miraculously curing him once and for all of the curse of the beast that attacked him so long ago. After a fortnight of recovering the prince's infirmary, the mourner was released back into society. Unfortunately, on his journey back to Scarborough and the Shire of Bassarion, the mourner was attacked by a different werewolf, and suddenly he's cursed again. Seems that it wasn't for bad luck, this guy would have no luck at all. Crown Prince of Petrarch Phineas Pomp stumbled back to his lavish lodgings at the palace. Hungry and drunk, he lit the fire and put on a pot of stew before passing out on the floor. He woke the next morning having no memory of how he got home or why his room reeked of burnt stroganoff. But he did remember the rage of a party thrown in his honor by the Mages Guild, and the promises he made to them should he be chosen to marry Princess Desdemona. This Mrs. Abernathy was no Abernathy at all. In reality, it was a horrible shape-shifting monster. Running off into the night, the creature assumed a different identity and gained entry to the Sprawl, and the Sprawl at another gate! That was the best outcome! Once inside the Sprawl, we lost track of it. Having the ability to take the form of anyone made it difficult to track, so its whereabouts remained unknown. God damn it, Dad! You let in the fucking shapeshifter! It was reported later that night that an unusually untalkative guardsman Cecil was trying to break his way into the Sprawl's armory. Being denied entry, guardsman Cecil apparently screamed in a high-pitched voice and ran off into the night. Be on the lookout, for this creature. It could be anyone. It could even be you! Tyronius Athenatos was unable to meet with Praetor Cargan that night. His promises of sharing the secrets of necromancy with the Marvel Empire went unfulfilled. If he had been successful, the Mages Guild and its agendas would have been conveyed to the Marvel Empire. And if that alliance was put in place and the Praetor was chosen for marriage by Princess Desdemona, who knows what nefarious plans would have unfolded. Dejected? Oh, so I made a good choice, actually. Tyronius went back to his keep outside of the walls of the city, and contrived another way to forge his alliance with the Marvanians. He wasn't sure how, but he knew his next plan would have to be 100% LIL gate guard proof. With dreams of holding political office now planted in the scary tree monster's head, he stomped his way right to the city clerk's office at City Hall and waited for it to be open. The next day, he obtained the necessary paperwork to run for political office. Unfortunately, Scary Tree Monster didn't know how to read or write. Revealing his illiteracy made the city clerk's receptionist laugh out loud, which angered a Scary Tree Monster so greatly he proceeded to thwomp her into oblivion. When the city clerk showed up finding no receptionist, they hired Scary Tree Monster on the spot to fill the role as their political aide. Scary Tree Monster was now a small cog in the political machine, and would no doubt rise in the ranks to one day hold the title of counselor, or dare we say mayor? Mayor Scary Tree Monster. When Princess Desdemona returned to the castle, she refused to answer any questions regarding her whereabouts. She immediately issued a royal decree to cut funding to any active rescue missions, and to put an end to the antiquated practice of choosing rescuers via flashy game shows. As she lay in bed that night, she reflected on the little guardsman's advice. She knew that her decision would irreversibly alter the fate of the Sprawl, and the fate of every soul who called it home. Oh my god. That was
and although
arduous.
the princess has come home, she is still remaining quiet on where she was during her missing time, but frankly, I do not care. She's got that look at me, I'm back attitude, and it reflects in her style. You know it. She was seen returning to the castle rocking those possibly was kidnapped leggings, all while sporting a I might have just run away and ran out of money hooded cloak. What do you think she's gonna be wearing at the wedding?
I think she's gonna be wearing at the wedding.
But no doubt it will complement her chosen spouse's home kingdom. That's right. Princess Desdemona has finally made her choice, and it's Praetor Kargan of the Marvog Empire. I knew it was going to be them.
I knew it was gonna be them.
It was the obvious choice from the get-go.
Gender neutral pronouns.
So obviously obvious. So long, Prince Phineas Pomp of the Petrard Kingdom. You just didn't make the cut. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye. See ya, wouldn't want to be ya.
Oh my god, they're just gonna keep going. So she made her choice. Her life is filled with intrigue, and I feel like I am now somehow intertwined with her fate's path. Oh well, I'll have to go see what the gang's up to. Don't I have to work today? There's a note from Dad. Dear Lil, here's some excuse why I can't work the guard shed today. Love, Dad. Back to the guard shed for me. Wait a minute. Where's the chronometer? I always leave it right here. Oh, Jesus. Nope. Not in nor under there. Ah, it's not in there. There it is. What's it doing under the bed? Spooky. I don't remember putting it there. Wait, what time is it? I don't want to be late. For a time machine, you think they could have at least put a clock on it somewhere.
This whole wretched endeavor has been a disgrace, not only to Prince Phineas and myself, but to the entire history of Petrard. King Phineas and Queen Buttermilk will not sit idly by while their royal lineage is dragged through the mud.
Cheer up. Well, you know what they say, you win some, you lose some. All's fair in love and war, other cliche sayings. Keep your chin up, Prince Phineas. You'll find someone.
Say what you will. Your words and your sweet-smelling city will soon be drowned out by the musk of the sulfur mines of Petrard. May your home be exploded by a bottle of fine Petrardian fizzy.
Well, that's not great. Excerpt from a Petrardian Book of Etiquette and Manual of Politeness. There is general distaste for non-humans in Petrard. However, any formal event is elevated by the presence of elves. Delicate beauty rules the day when it comes to the meal. Remember this golden rule, even in the face of total catastrophe, dignity. Always dignity. Except from a wedding survivor's guide to the Marval Empire. This guest census were assaulted at one of their week-long wedding battles. Admiration was heaped upon people around me for wearing war paint. The more hardcore, the better. The smell of meat and blood hung in the air. Their approach to food was utilitarian. It was treated almost as an afterthought. Reports indicated a dramatic increase in secret meetings and rumblings of revolution. To admit a goblin is to be hit with a $40 gold fine. No exceptions. Ew. The wedding is almost upon us. Have your eyes open for vendors and artisans making their way into the sprawl for the big event. I'll be in my office if you need me. That Wakandan princess sent all my banking information to finally came through with my share of the gold. Call me if you're in a pinch. Rich in friends and gold, Malcolm. Can they say that? Do you have permission for that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think Disney give you permission. At least I get my crystals back if I don't use them. Michael!
Hello, Lil.
What? No more sparkly suit?
It was a rental. Besides, today I'm here in a different capacity to help coordinate the royal wedding.
You have a lot of jobs, Mike.
And wedding planning is my least favorite out of all of them. Tell you what, why don't you be the wedding planner for the day? What do you think?
I think it's very irresponsible to get a 12-year-old to do 2 grown men's separate jobs.
All you have to do is choose the music, decorations, and food menu for the big event. It's simple. Just let in the one you like the best. Or the one you think the groom would like best. Or who the bride will like. I'm sure it's not really going to affect anything. Or it might. See, it's simple. Do you want me to explain it again?
No, please.
Okay, good. The only thing I hate more than wedding planning is talking about wedding planning. The wedding musicians will be coming by for you to choose first. Here's the gold. See you later, Lil.
You have 350 gold remaining in the wedding planning budget. Whoa, this gig pays great.
The money's not for you. There's 3 choices for music, food, and decor, and each comes with its own price tag. The gold is the budget for the wedding.
Is it enough? You have enough money to just pick the most expensive choices? The most expensive choices are going to be the best, right?
Not necessarily. And no, you don't have enough. Anything over budget will have to come out of your own pocket.
I see.
But if there's any money left over, you get to keep it.
I see.
We're on a tight timeline, so keep an eye on your action points. You've got 4 per round, so that's talking to everybody once, or to 2 folks twice. You get the idea.
Everybody once or to 2 folks twice. Okay.
Need that run by you one more time? Remember, you do the choosing. I'll be here to record your choice and keep track of the budget.
Okay, Lil, it's no biggie. Just choose the 3 most important elements of any wedding, and try not to stress that it's a royal one. You got this. Oh my god. Okay, so this is music. Hold on, okay. Guest senses were assaulted at one of their week-long battles. Admiration seeps upon the people. More hardcore, the better. The smell of meat and blood hung in the air. Their approach to food was utilitarian, treated almost as an afterthought. The more hardcore, the better. Okay. So this guy for the Marva wedding. This would have been good for the Petard wedding.
Vlad Extreme here, mate. I know what you're thinking. What is the baddest, metalist bad boy of death metal playing some skint royal wedding?
Some skint
Well,
royal
I'm here
wedding?
just to collect a big paycheck, mate.
Is that guy cosplaying
I'm here
as a
to
Kiss
stick it
band
to the
member?
bourgeoisie and not take any of their crap, mate. Rock and roll all life long.
I think he is. Yeah, I don't even need to.
Have you made up your mind?
Yeah, it's clearly the Kiss guy over here. Ooh, but he's the most expensive choice. Jacob Fiddlestein. Yeah, 350 gold remaining in the wedding planning budget. Are you sure? That's $200.
Extreme.
Extreme.
Good choice, maybe.
I'll write this down and be back when the next group turns up. See ya, kid.
The more hardcore, the better. Oh, it's the blind guy. Are you a pope now? Isn't it? If it isn't Edward the Great Magician, got another group of breasts to entertain? What are you pulling a rabbit out of now?
I'm afraid I've put my days of magic and illusions behind me.
You got kicked out of the Magicians Union, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It seems people preferred the actual dark arts to my light entertainment. No matter, though, I've got a new career now.
Working at your parents' garden shop?
Psst, they wish. I'm a wedding officiant. I'm here to officiate the royal wedding.
Really? You, I mean, you are?
I am.
Where are your glasses? Wait, no, not yet, not yet. So it's the Edward the Wedding Officiant now, is it?
Of course it isn't. Do you know how ridiculous it was for me to have the Edward the Magician as my name? It was so redundant. I can't believe nobody ever told me. 2 these? I must have looked like an idiot.
Well, when you put it that way.
So now it's just Edward the Official Officiant, with only 1 the, thank you very much.
Trust. That name certainly does sound official.
I had to take a 3-hour course at the Elven Community College to get it.
Where are your glasses?
That's where I wrote down all my notes on how to be an officiant. I wouldn't be able to do my job without them.
Why did you seal it?
My glasses! Thank you, Lil. Yes, I keep them right here in my pocket. I'll put them on right away so I don't lose them.
And you know, you can see where you're going. Alright, I'm letting him in. Edward, the official officiant, I hereby grant you access to the Sprawl to officially officiate the royal wedding.
Well, technically I haven't been hired yet, so here's hoping I get the job.
Oh
Thanks
my
again,
god.
Friend.
We're not friends. Oh my god, are Edward and I friends? He changed careers just for a moment like this, but there's very little indication he's not going to cock it up. Maybe there was a way to help him? Was there? I gave him his glasses. He'll be fine.
Hello there, I'm back. On to the decorator candidates. I don't have to tell you how important the interior decorations and overall aesthetic of a wedding can be. I don't have to tell you, because I refuse to tell you. Anyways, here they are. Take your shot.
Oh, that guy. Hold on. What did they say? Guest senses were assaulted at one of their week-long battles. More hardcore. Smell of meat and blood hung in the air. Their approach for food was utilitarian, almost treated as an afterthought. Let's see. She's not gonna work for that.
Hello. I've got some grand ideas, you know, for how the royal wedding should be. You might not know it, but I read all the latest wedding magazines down at the salon when I'm getting the old do done. And apparently what's in these days is meat. Big bold slabs of meat on the wall. It gives things a real abattoir feel, so they say. So I guess I'd go with that.
Well, she's the one.
I tore a page out of the magazine.
Oh, I
for
didn't mean
you
to talk
see.
to her.
Just don't
tell the salon.
I didn't mean to talk to her twice. She hands you a torn-out page from a magazine depicting a gala event with slabs of meat hanging.
Have you made up your mind?
Yes. Helena Halfling. I would be fine if I let him in. Helena Halfling costs $100. You have 200 gold remaining in the wedding planning budget. Are you sure? Yep.
That's the sweet smell of my successful design ideas, which will smell just like actual butchered hanging meat.
And it's set in stone. I'll write this down and be back with the next group. See ya, kid.
This is absurd. Why am I also doing wedding planning?
It is I, Articulous Flame
Oh
Hands,
my God.
chosen by the power vested in So You Think You Can Save a Princess, to rescue said princess.
You cocked up the rescue of a princess that wasn't even kidnapped.
A task at which I am ashamed to say I have failed.
Don't sweat it. She came home already.
Oh, mission accomplished. In any case, I have a message to deliver to the High Council of the Mages Guild. So if there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
I thought he died. No, he didn't die, no. I forget what happened, but he retreated to his tower. I cancel the Mages Guild. Yeah, let's just talk
it is
to him.
getting harder and harder for mages to communicate openly, so everyone is resorting to this secret message, cloak and dagger nonsense. Between us, there's talk of mages dabbling in the magic that dares not speak its name.
I kind of felt like something was wrong with the Mages Guild, but I couldn't put my finger on it.
Yes, it is still within control, but if this dark faction keeps pursuing its dark goals, dark days lie ahead.
Dark. Dark. Ash?
Surely you remember Articulous Flame Hands. He was my champion on that wonderful program. So you think you can save a princess? Remember? You chose him to be the hero of the day who would save the princess. Remember?
Remember? Which he did not do. She came home on her own.
Tomato, tomato. He is still my champion, and I would thank you to let him pass.
Alright, Ash says okay. I haven't denied anyone today.
And with that, I am off to deliver this highly confidential message to the High Council of the Mages Guild. Still not sure who sent this message and what it entails, but I doubt anything bad could come of that.
Oh,
Even with all
fuck.
the rumors of a dark cult of mages breaking off from the guild to deep dive into the dark art of necromancy. But there I go, blabbing on again. Farewell, child.
You let him in without either of you fully understanding the nature of the letter he was carrying from the Mages Guild. Not horrible, but also not great. Okay, let's rewind. let's rewind that. Let me decode the message.
It is I, a task at...
Let's sweat it.
Yeah, so if...
Let's see. I'm going to talk
it
to
is getting-
him.
Between us.
Yeah.
Okay, let's decode the message. I should have done that in the first place. Can I see the letter you're delivering?
Incredible! Let me see. Wait. What? No. This cannot be true. These renegade mages are more deeply embedded than I thought. I was sent to deliver this? Dear child, thank you for saving me from myself. I must flee and work to weed out the bad actors within the guild. Dark days lie ahead. Be careful. Your name was also mentioned in the letter.
Uh-oh. Boom, boom, boom. Best outcome. You have revealed some of the murky goings on within the Mages Guild and saved Articulus becoming an accessory to it. Oh, that was from the necromancy
kid,
guy.
Can you feel it?
From
We're
last
almost
night.
done. This is the last hellish choice you'll have to make as a wedding planner. I, for one, cannot wait to be finished. Just
I can
hurry
go
up
cheap
and pick
with
the
this.
food option for the wedding so we can get out of here.
I'm not allowed to leave. Oh, God. Hello, Kelly.
Monty's has the soup. That's all I'm allowed to say.
Monty says the soup.
Here's the menu. Spoiler, it's soup.
The menu reads 1 appetizer soup, 2 entree soup, 3 dessert soup. What's in the soup? They approach the food as utilitarian, which treat it mostly as an afterthought. So, it's Monty's
Have you made
soup.
up your mind?
Yep. What is a dessert soup? It could be horchata. Horchata, or maybe rice pudding. Rice pudding could be viewed as a soup. However, I doubt that's what they're gonna be serving. You sure? Yep.
We look forward to making it a super event. Get it?
Thank God this nightmare of a job is over. All the rest of you go home. Good choosing, kid. Well, at least I hope it's good. I wouldn't want to be the one responsible for messing up something like a royal wedding. Anyways, goodbye.
That guy sucks.
I am a citizen of the SPRAWL. I have nothing to declare on my person, and I demand to be allowed entry.
$40 fine. Wait, wait a minute, I remember you. You were the speaker at the Viva la Gabelucion?
Indeed, I was. Today, I understand that the doors to the SPRAWL are closed to my people. You have a choice. You either let me in and incur the penalty, or you arrest me. I'm sorry that you are the one in this position, but I must take this stand. For the good of us all, Viva la Gabelucion!
It's funny how you taking a stand means that I'll have to pay $40. Malcolm, can I have some money?
Intriguing. You seem to be caught between a rock and another equally hard rock. Tell you what, I'll take care of the fine if you let him in. I just gotta see what the GLA has planned.
Fuck yeah, Malcolm. What's the GLA? What the heck is the GLA?
Goblin Liberation Army? Geez, you don't pay attention to these people at all, do you? It's just click, click, click with you, isn't it?
Are you part of this Liberation Army?
Founding member. Well, not really, but of course I know about them. I don't just sit down here reading and writing Yelp reviews for Monty's. Although I do that a lot too.
Messed up the saying there, Malcolm. Yes. I mean, but I like stuck between a rock and an equally hard rock.
Bingo! Let me just find my wallet.
He hangs up. He better actually pay.
I have no further statement to make beyond the following. I am a citizen of the Sprawl. I have nothing to declare on my person, and I demand to be allowed entry.
You know, there's a real hefty fine for letting goblins into the Sprawl. With the wedding coming up, security is at an all-time high.
I am a law-abiding citizen of the Sprawl. Why should my being a goblin impact the security of anything? I demand to be allowed entry.
You know what?
You've got a lot of backbone, kid. You're standing on the right side of history today. You should come by the
Viva
GLA
la
headquarters again
Gobbolution.
sometime. On behalf of the entire GLA, thank you. Viva la Gobbolution!
Best outcome. You knew that Malcolm would sympathize with Chuck's plight. You circumvented the draconian speciesist rule without getting dinged.
Where's Hamish? I really don't have time for... say, you there, little girl? I need to get to the other side of the Sprawl without delay. I need you to listen to me. This is time sensitive. I know you got your instructions, but it's important that I get going quickly. I swear someone was supposed to give you guys a heads up that I was coming. Let me spell it out for you. I went to school to become an ice sculptor.
Ooh.
My parents said, you'll never make a living at it. And they were right. Until the that is, this is my big break. I got the ice. I sculpted it. Now I have to deliver it. It's hot out. Just let me through so I can prove my parents wrong.
Sounds like you're under a lot of pressure. I'll try to get you on your way.
Thank you. You have been an immeasurable help in the battle for my parents' approval.
Still gonna x-ray. Wow! Still gotta x-ray you. Why do you keep your hammer and chisel there?
That's my chisel. I'm a sculptor. Thank you. I'll need that.
Alright, I'm gonna let her in. This story seems to check out. Although I wish it would have x-rayed her wagon.
I mean, thank you, but my work is probably ruined. You're just doing your job, I suppose. I might be able to salvage something. Gotta go.
Should I have let her in quicker? You let her in, but her sculpture was unrecognizable. It's modern art. I'm sure it will still delight the guests. Okay, let me rewind then.
Where's Hamish? I really don't have time for... I need you to listen to me. This is...
Hey, so
I
let me
swear,
just-
my parents... I got the... Thank you. You...
Just saying one thing should have been okay.
I can't thank you enough. Sorry for coming in hot. Weddings are the worst. If you can get close enough, take a look at my sculpture. I'll throw something in there just for you. Gotta go.
Some ice? Hey, you let her in before too much of her masterpiece can melt away. Good work. Yay, money. This guy again. Cecil hands Lil a letter. Your choices for Praetor Kargan's wedding have been deemed acceptable. Accept this gold as token of thanks for honoring our ways. Kapla! Oh, she gave me like 50 bucks. Or 60 bucks, actually. No, she gave me 70. Due to your exceptional job performance, you were paid 30 gold for this shift. Oh, man! Being a guard is a very lucrative position. I'm making so much more money than I did with Papers, Please. Especially since no one is coming to check up on me to see if I'm breaking the law or not. Hey, what happened? Nobody watches the Watchmen here. Oh! I have a very bad feeling about this.
Salve il puella, regno meo grata.
Hello there, girl. Welcome to my room. Are you speaking Italian? The devil speaks Italian. I need to get out of here and fast. No, that's Latin, actually. Stay and play a while. Haha. Think, Lil, think.
Hospices in hoc regno, atulistina donna solita, hic requiritur immolatio, ircis immortem vitare velis.
The line is dead, what should I do?
Constitutus avira, tauque tantum momenta avis andequam tu consumam. Non io cari, nunc facerem maliquida, si esem tibi. Ego sum dina, egeus meum
Do I whip the devil?
Homines inox necavo.
These tools aren't working.
Nun incipiam dedecem antiquam te interficiam? Sige, bene. Dege, nove, octo, septem.
Ooh, he's counting down.
Sex, quinque, quatuor, tres.
He's counting down to something. I can't do anything.
Duo et demilium, duo, unum et demilium, unus. Gravissime non omnibus hoc facie, hoc extremum fato est refactende unde venistis. Ignosce haedus.
I don't speak Latin. I burned in hellfire. Mortis. A demonio deriva cassis. Who watches the Watchmen if no one watches the Watchmen? Who watches the Watchmen watching the Watchmen?
Iterum?
You again? Think, Lil, think.
Hospices in hoc regno.
Can I put the devil in jail? Levers do nothing.
Ircis immortem vitare velis.
Levers do nothing.
Quia puer esse, non custoditus avira, tauque tantum momenta avis andequam tu consumam. Non io cari, nunc facerem maliquida, si esem tibi. Ego sum dina, egeus meum cisio et similes homines inox necavo.
Okay. Everything is in Latin now.
Nun incipiam dedecem antiquam te interficiam? Sige, bene. Dege, nove.
Some rice?
Octo.
It's like a pixelated rice. Alright, cool.
Sex. Quinque. Quatuor.
Oh, I just had to hit the clock again. What the fuck was that? That was next level. Hardcore. That was terrifying and also incredible. Where was I just then? Was that a demon? I've never seen anything like that before. Nobody's ever going to believe me. I'm going down to the dig site to throw this stupid time machine down a deep hole. Okay, Lil, get it together. You can still do this. Hey, your time machine summoned the fucking devil. You gotta take it back. Shit got too real with your chronometer 3000 thing today. I don't want it anymore.
Hi, B. So nice to see you, B. Your paper in the Journal of Dwarven Medicine was a revelation, B.
Well, excuse me, but I was just pulled into what I'm guessing was a parallel dimension and was murdered repeatedly by a demon.
How unfortunate. I always wondered what the byproduct of St. Bartholomew Inglebrook's lunar incantation would have on the relationship between time and interplanar folding.
Stop it. I don't care about any of that. Just take it back.
I'm sorry, I truly am, but we've come too far. I'm sorry I've been absent, but I've been watching, and the readings I've been receiving have been very promising.
I don't care.
But you would care if everything and everyone you knew and loved was at risk.
What?
Everything might seem like we're in a storybook, but open your eyes. We're on the verge of a civil war from inside the walls, and if you hadn't heard, the princess just pissed off some very powerful people. It is in your best interest to continue to help me with the device, because who knows when we will need to rewind time and something more important than which nobody you chose to send to the dungeon today. And you're here, after allegedly going toe-to-toe with an interplanar demon. I trust you.
I'm not going to keep doing this forever. You and everyone else are going to owe me a childhood, you know.
Keep helping me with the chronometer 3000, and we can see about making that happen for you.
Turn back time so I can be a kid again. Okay. GLA headquarters. Hello, troll.
Hello? Hello? I brought the orange slices. Was today a regular meeting day or one of those top secret planning for what's going to happen at the princess's wedding days? Is anybody here?
Is anybody listening to me? I'm here.
Are you here for the meeting?
I don't think so.
Then you can't have any orange slices.
Those aren't orange slices. Those are just the rinds.
I got hungry.
Oh, nobody's here. This image has started to appear all over the sprawl in the past few months. Now you know what it means. Viva la Gablucion! What's this? I'm going back to where it started to find myself in light. We were apart for more than a lifetime, but now would be right. P.S. Remember to bring running shoes. I have a feeling that the GLA leader wrote that. Yes, I'm sure that troll over there didn't. I wonder what it means. Testing, testing. What's the deal with mole people? Hello? Is this thing on? It's amazing that the GLA keeps its headquarters secret. This place is huge. He got hungry. I have a good amount of money to spend on the shop. That's a fantastic hat for the
This
weather.
hat, it is not as fantastic as my previous hat. My journey, it continues.
Keep trying.
You've been at this a while. You should have enough cash by now to power up your arsenal. Take a look.
Something tells me that I'm gonna need to decode something twice. But I don't know. I think I use the X-ray more often than anything else. But I have 3 of those. Let's see the metal detector. Yeah. That should do. Alright, let's go back to the old homestead.
Ah, here she is, the little guardsman who spoke to the princess and secured the union between the SPRAWL and the great Marvog Empire.
Yay me. Told her just what to do and she listened to my every word.
I admire your complete lack of modesty. Modesty is such an ugly thing. Let us celebrate with a tankard of blood wine. Kapla!
I'm 12. I can't drink alcohol.
Haha, never fear. There is no alcohol in Marvog blood wine. Just blood. In a big cup called a tankard.
Yeah, I'm a hard pass on that.
Haha, very well. There will be much blood wine at the royal wedding where the SPRAWL and Marvog tie their fortunes together forever. Let us raise a glass to the gatekeeper who brought us all together this day.
Kapla!
Did a mouse sneeze somewhere? Come, child, louder and with fury.
Kapla!
Too furious. Farther. We are not at war. Be careful shrieking like that. But as we say in Marvog, better to be too furious than not to be furious at all.
I'm exhausted.
I shall now recite the Marvog pledge of unwavering loyalty, as is our custom.
And that's my cue to leave. Why is this 12-year-old controlling the destiny of the entire country? That's where they keep the good stuff. Arda will only open a bottle for people she knows will pay their tab.
Today's cocktail special is not relevant to you, Lil. Sorry. And we just ran out of milk. Sorry again.
God damn it.
Lil, can you be on the lookout for a health inspector? They can look like anybody. How about you whistle if you think you've identified one?
People do seem unusually willing to let Lil make decisions for them. I can't whistle.
Well then scream health inspector at the top of your lungs.
I'll see what I can do. Be on the lookout for anyone that looks like a health inspector. Well, there's no one like that here. Especially not the lady with the heads in the bag and drinking blood wine. Weren't there just a bunch of rats running around here last night? I think I've done everything I need to do. Not ready yet. And there's a mouse hole right there. Did I go everywhere? Yeah, I already went to the headquarters. Yeah, okay. It's time to go to bed. And at the same time, in the stream for the day, after we have saved. Once he made it inside the sprawl, Edward went to work trying to find people who A, wanted to get married, and B, needed someone to officially marry them. After hours of approaching strangers who appeared to be in love on the street, he finally gave up. He slumped down on the stairs of the city council chamber. Suddenly, Councilwoman Ash burst through the massive oak doors and practically tripped over him, to demolishing the stranger with a vicious series of cutting one-liners. She thought to inquire as to why Edward was dressed like a wedding officiant. Edward told her, and she covered up the fact that she had forgotten to hire someone by hiring him on the spot for the royal wedding. Good job, Edward. You fell ass first into success. Edward, the official officiant, was officially offered the gig to preside over the royal wedding. On the one hand, he felt he had struck gold with this being his very first professional opportunity to try his hand on the thing he had set his sights on a few hours before. On the other hand, his utter lack of basic competency made him nervous that he might make a critical mistake in front of so many high-ranking and well-armed officials. At times like this, Edward would remember the words of his parents told him as a child. Edward, we don't care what you do in life, just don't become an amateur children's birthday party magician. So no matter how poorly it went, at least Mom and Dad will be pleased. Articulate Flame Hands panicked at the discovery of the contents of the letter he had been charged to deliver to the Mages Guild, and raced home to his tower. Once safe behind the magical wars, he conjured a fairy to eat the letter, so that no one else would be burdened with the truth of what the Mages Guild was planning for the Sprawl. Sadly, because he knew he lacked the strength to go to continue while burdened with this disturbing information, he cast a selective memory spell on himself, causing the mage to completely forget the letter and its contents forever. With the wave of his wand and muttered incantation, Articulus became blissfully ignorant once again. Cool. Wasn't children's party magician his previous job? Yes, Jacob, that was a joke. But do you know who didn't forget the letter? The ferret Articulus conjured to eat the evidence. The surprisingly literate animal managed to catch quite a bit of it before he polished the papers off. How is it supposed to live his ferret life now, knowing what it knows? Sure, it was only a foot-long, charismatic little predator with the body of a chubby weasel, but he was no chicken. The ferret knew it could inspire others so he could take up arms of his side, but not just rodents and muscless warriors, but the sky creatures too. With the combined strength of superior numbers, they could easily conquer anything the Mages Guild would throw at them, and the Sprawl would be saved. Step 1, regurgitate the letter. Unfortunately, the sound of a retching ferret caught the attention of Articulus. Thoroughly mind-wiped, the mage had zero recollection as to why he conjured the ferret in the first place, but he was damn sure it wasn't so it could throw up on his nice rug. The mage unsummoned the ferret before it could get the contents of his stomach up, and as a result, the fate of the Sprawl remained uncertain. What was that storyline? The enigmatic goblin walked to the gates of the Sprawl and disappeared. Either he had gone completely unnoticed, or he was adept at losing anyone who would seek to follow. His fate is yet unknown. Iris Lapidary, the ice sculptor, did not reach the refrigerated storage depot at the palace before the hot sun's rays significantly deformed her masterpiece. However, upon removing his protective sheet, she had to admit that from certain angles her melted work had become a quite stunning example of the Caledonian New Backward S movement. She wasn't sure how her work would be received the next day, so to distract herself, she made her way to a favorite club in a little ogre town neighborhood that catered to females of all species who tended to have rad, spiky haircuts, badass tattoos, copious piercing, and who would love to dance the night away while listening to dwarven heavy metal music. I am a dwarf. Daemon nunquam critarium vidara sicat crustasil lil. Qui passam coran eo di apparut, verbum null interex edicens, et tandem edu revenescere, potuas sine omni experientia, si honestly sumus. Ire diem asperum habitat et siete, non melior fastus est, abadica puella per intervaria, intercrusta ut diem sum tenere posset, nervi colum dam. I understand completely. I took Latin in high school and I remember everything I learned.
Good morning! You're listening to The Morning Crawl, the #1 morning show in the Sprawl. I'm Dodger, joined by my new co-host, The Quack. For those of you wondering where the ham is, well, it turns out he got an invitation to the royal wedding happening today.
Well, fuck.
Of course, he won't be wearing a tuxedo. He'll be in head-to-toe honey glaze.
Hey! Why is the duck laughing?
Well, if you don't like the jokes I tell, you can do it yourself. I told the producer I refuse to work with a duck.
He's just gonna keep quacking. Alright, cool. No letter from my dad. That's the official crest of Spawn in the royal family. Who wins? All Pokemon or a trillion lions? I don't know. One of the Pokemon would be Wailord. And there's several legendary Pokemon in there. So all Pokemon would beat a trillion lions pretty easily, I would think. Because there's some very powerful. A trillion is a lot, but yes, we're talking about Pokemon with legendary moves. We're talking about, first of all, we're talking about one of the Pokemon. One of the Pokemon in there is literally God. Are you telling me God couldn't beat a trillion lions? You forget Arceus is in there. So yes, all Pokemon would beat a trillion lions. Okay, so this is going to be the end of our time with Lil Guardsman today. I told you I would play this. I always keep my promises, except when I don't. But the next time we will be together will be on... Did I say Wednesday? I think I said Wednesday. Wednesday we'll be playing Monster Hunter Wilds. At 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. 2 p.m. I'm saying 2 p.m. over and over because, yes, I did say 2 p.m. on Wednesday for Monster Hunter Wilds, our next stream. So until then, thank you all so much for joining me today. Please follow if you haven't already so you do not miss out on all this awesome content. And until next time, Ja Mata. Farewell. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.